Yo, welcome back to the channel. I know I ain't posted no trucking vlogs in a while because I ain't been trucking. And I posted a couple videos cooking and on the grill because outside of trucking and fishing, that's mainly what I like to do. Now, this video right here gonna be a little different. This video right here is it's not an introduction, but it's like trying to tell people that come from where I come from that the streets, hustling, whatever you doing in the streets ain't the best way, and it ain't the only way to get paid. And I say that because I used to be one of them people. Like, I came up, I was born in '89, so I came up in the '90s, and basically I became a product of my environment. So I had uncles, cousins, older guys that I knew, and people that hustled. My pops. So like growing up, what I noticed looking back is growing up, I celebrated that, and I thought that was cool. Like let's be honest, in the hood, you never hear no kids, no women, nobody celebrating the guy with the old car that goes to work and work hard every day, but he maintained for his family. He maintained, enough just to get by, just to sustain life as it should be. Now, in our community, we celebrate the guys with the nice cars, with the jewelry, with the baddest girl from the neighborhood, or get the most girls. So that hypnotizes you. It makes you want to achieve success in that fashion. You look past the 9 to 5. You look past not even going to college. You look past being a plumber, being an HVAC technician, being a truck driver. And when I was real young, when I was real little, I used to say I wanted to be a lawyer because I like to argue with people and make my point. And then all my grandfathers and even a couple of my grandmothers, well, one of my grandmothers drove truck. So when I was real young, I wanted to be a truck driver. I had little model trucks I would, roll around the carpet with. And I wanted to be a truck driver. But as you get older, working becomes less cool. You want fast money and you want it now. You want money fast, you want it now. Like, I look back, and in 7th, 8th grade, I was trying to be a man. I was trying to get girls. I was trying to, back in my hood, we call it rentals. You trying to get rentals from fiends, drive their cars for, the rate ain't for money. We're going to say that. And that gives you a sense of freedom and a false sense of being a man, because I was like 15, 16. I didn't even know what being a man was, but I knew that it made me popular. I knew it gave me a sense of being, like fitting in with that crowd. It gave me like a aura. And what's crazy is that people respect it around you. Where I come from, people respect the fact that you hang out on the corner all day, and you going to school less and less until you ain't going to school at all, and nobody even questions it. You 15, 16, you hanging out with adults because your friends that you grew up with are still mostly in school. So I like to say I jumped off the porch early. Now, what that got me into is by the time I was 16, I was running into trouble, was getting into trouble. You start getting girls pregnant. I got friends that done had 10, 7 to 11 kids that started having kids when we was 15, 16. Now, Unfortunately, but fortunately, I didn't have my first child until I was 22. Now that's not to say I didn't get girls pregnant, and I got multiple girls pregnant. And you know how that ended. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna speak about that now, but it ended in a way that it shouldn't have ended, because I shouldn't even been obsessed with having sex at that age. And then when you expose yourself to that, you get not only addicted to sex, you get addicted to girls. Like, you get addicted to thinking that you gotta have a girlfriend. It's like it takes your focus away, because I was good at sports. I always been athletic. I was good at ball. I was real good at football. But smoking weed, girls, my attention started going that way. And before you know it, that's all you want to do. You showing up to practice high. You showing up to practice giving half effort. You showing up to practice thinking you deserve something based off your little street cred that you got. Like, and then you just think it's cool to not play football no more. Like, I didn't go to my 8th grade formal. I dropped out of school in the 8th grade. I went to 9th grade for probably 20 days out of whatever it is. And then I ended up getting in some trouble. I ended up, my mom was worried about me, so she tried to put me in programs with the state. Like, I would get in trouble, and then I'd be on probation. And when you're that young, they're trying to rehabilitate you. So they're looking for issues. And my issues, what my mom thought, what I know now, was drugs, was smoking weed. So you start retreating from your family. You start wanting to be by yourself because you high all the time. You don't want to be around your mom, grandmother, or anybody in your family because you high. You know what I mean? Either you got to fake like you're not high to be around them, and then that's going to blow your high, like we used to say back in the day. So you just stay from around them. So what I found I did was I surrounded myself with like-minded people. And that's a nugget for anybody young or anybody with kids. You show me your kids, and you show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. And that's so true. I used to think that was dumb, but it's real true, because like-minded people, birds of a feather, flock together, because you don't never want to be the eyeball of your group. You don't never want to be the person that's saying, I'm doing this. Now, fortunately for me, I was always like the leader. I was always like the guy that was all like not bragging. I'm just saying what it was. Like if I wore these, my friends would wear these. If I did this, 9 times out of 10, my friends would do this. So I was the decision maker of my little crew. And I was a person that wasn't like super outgoing. Like, I like girls. Now, I'm going to be super outgoing around the girls, but I'm not going to be out partying. And that kept me out of so much trouble. I always had this sixth sense that, I'll give you 2 examples. So back when I was like 16, I had to be, and my brother was 18, 19. I had to be like 15. It was me, my brother, and 2 other guys from my neighborhood. One was my good friend, and another guy was just, everybody's friend. So we was chilling kind of in the van, like my family van now, but we was in the older version of the Dodge Caravan. And we had been riding, pulling the all-nighter, if you know. And it got to the end of the night, and it started becoming daytime. It's probably like 6 a.m. And we pulled up in a parking lot, like just outside of town. Like, if the hood is 2 blocks that way, we at the top of the hood, and like a parking lot. And something just told me go home. Like, get out, it's time to go home. And they stayed, and I don't know how long it was after I got out, but they ended up getting locked up, right? And that happened to me a few times, where it was just always this voice or this feeling to like get out of situations before they went bad. And when you're young, nobody want to listen to you. So I would tell my friends, yo, man, it's time to wrap it up. It's time to go in. And I would always go in just in time, man. And that saved me so many times of not being a follower, being a leader. And then it didn't save me so many times. So I always got in trouble on my own accord. And I always like to say, if I'm going to do my dirty, I'm going to do it by my lonely. So I would do stuff by myself where I wouldn't tell nobody because I can't take that risk. Now, so like I was saying, I got in trouble. I would get in programs and I would flop out the programs because I'm constantly smoking weed. So I would always test positive for weed and then get in more trouble. So when I was 16, I got sent away to a group home. It's like a rehab/group home. I stayed in there for months. And then I would get out and I would come home and I would constantly test positive for weed. So they would always pick me on an ankle monitor. Back then we called it house arrest. So I would always be on house arrest. But I would bring my friends to me. So if I was on house arrest, I used to go stay with my best friend that had a pops that was cool. And I would bring all my girls there, or I would bring all my homies over there, or I'm a smoke, I'm gonna have fun no matter what. And so that mindset kept me getting in trouble, which in the end became kind of a saving grace for me because it helped me grow up fast, and it took me away from my friends. Because when you locked up, you away from everybody, so you get to think clearly. You get to look at your faults and say, man, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. And I noticed every time I would get out, I would run straight back to my hometown and end up doing the same stuff. So fast forward to when I was 18, I was doing the B&E. If you know what that is, you know what that is. You doing B&E, you stealing tools, you stealing money, you stealing stuff that you can take and then sell, jewelry or whatever. So I ended up getting caught up in a situation where me and one of my old girlfriends from when I was young got into an argument, and I was a hothead. So we got into an argument, and allegedly gunfire was let off by me in her direction, and ultimately that changed my life. Whether I knew it or not, at the time, I didn't think about it at the time, but now as an adult, that was like a saving grace, which I thought was the worst thing that could have happened. Now, at the time, I thought that. Now, the worst thing that could have happened is somebody could have got hit. She could have got hit. People around could have got hit. People driving past, people in the houses, or anything could have happened. So none of that happened. I got away that day. They came to my house, they searched me, they didn't find nothing. They came back the next day and they busted in my house and they found a couple of pows. And I ended up getting locked up for that right at 18 years old. So I'm in jail, I bond out. Because they busted in our house, my mom lost the house. So my mom ended up moving away. So I was living like basically on my own. I was staying at my grandmother's, but then her apartment building started getting like remodeled. So I really had nowhere to stay. So I'm really just homeless, waiting to I'm going to court and trying to hustle up money to pay the lawyer. And so I finally get sentenced. I get 5 years for the pow. I get 3 years for the breaking in. And it got reduced down to basically 18 months in the county. So that was my first time getting in trouble as an adult. So I had no adult record. So when I went to the county, right, I ended up doing like 8 months or 10 months on that complete sentence, and I got paroled out. Now, when I got paroled out, I came home. I wanted to do right, but I got back in the mix of girls. Like, girls always been my downfall. Some stuff happened with a girl. I got locked up. I got back out, but when you get locked up on parole or probation, you know what I mean, you're in trouble for that. So what I did was, that was 2011. So instead of facing that, I skipped over to the next state over where I live now, in Delaware. So I left. I went on a run from 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. During this time, right, I had got a job. I had got a job at a car place, worked there for like a year, quit there, got another job, started at the absolute bottom, worked my way all the way up to assistant manager. And by 2016, I was assistant manager at the place. Now, mind you, I got warrants in the state over that's probably like 30 minutes away. You know what I mean? So I got warrants. So I had a son in 2022. My girl had a daughter already. And so I got kids. I got a little family. And this is always in the back of my mind that anytime I can be pulled over or whatever and go back. So that was 2016. I decided what happened was I used to be in love with LeBron, and my son was a LeBron fanatic. So when the Cavaliers won the championship, we went to Ohio. We went, literally, they won the championship that night. I went to sleep probably at 11 p.m., woke up at 4. We all packed in the car, and we was at the championship parade by 10 a.m. So we go to the parade. When we leave in the parade, I'm stuck behind a big truck, a semi-truck. Well, on the way up, you know, on those big interstates, you just seeing trucks. So the thought back in my head got back to, dang, I remember I used to want to drive trucks. Dang, I'm old enough to drive trucks now. Dang, I should drive a truck. But I knew I had the warrants, right? So we get stuck behind the truck coming back. And we stuck behind them, and I'm like, dang, this is interesting. And so when we get back, I'm like, bam, I'm going to quit my job and go to trucking school. You know how you just say stuff, but I was really serious. So I ended up quitting my job. Me and my girl broke up halfway because of that, because I quit my job. You know, so message, if somebody don't believe in you and they don't see your vision, then cool. But anyway, I quit my job, lost my family. I went to trucking school with warrants. I don't know how I went through with it. I got my CDL, finished the program. I went July, August, September. I got my CDL in October. And another thing, to get your CDL, you do not have to go to big companies, man. You can go to community college like I did and sign up for the transportation program. And part of that program, you're going to get your CDL. And once you get your CDL, you can just drop out the program and get a job. And they're going to pay you. You can get a Pell Grant or whatever you need to do. But that's a little nugget that, you know, anybody watching this is that your local community college has so many programs, man, that people don't even know about. Like, I never knew about that. When I wanted to get my license, I tried to go to Roadmaster or something like that. And they wanted me to take out a $5,000 to $7,000 loan and all this nonsense when I literally went to a nice accredited program at my local community college. So I end up going, I got my CDL. I had broke up with my girl. So I got a job at a chicken plant, right? So I'm working at the local chicken plant. And during the interview, I just went to get a whatever type of job. You know what I mean? Just inside processing the chickens. But there's a guy ahead of me in the interview, and I hear them ask him if he has a CDL. He don't got a CDL for the position that he applied for. I got my CDL, so when he leave out, I go right in like I overheard y'all saying I got my CDL, and that would be a perfect position for me. Just so happened, the boss of that department was walking by, and the interviewer called him in like, "Hey, we got a guy here. You know, he's young, he's got a CDL, and you looking for a guy. The guy that we just interviewed, he don't got a CDL, so he not ready yet. He only got his permit." So I literally got hired for when you back in the trailers after the birds all come out, you back it in and you wash the trailers down, and then you take it and you put it in the fan so they can be ready for the actual truck drivers to come and pick that up and take it and get the birds to bring in to process it. So I ended up getting that job. Now, I told you I broke up with my girl, so I had moved back to Maryland, which was sketchy because remember I got warrants in Maryland, right? So I moved back to Maryland to my dad's mother house, so my grandmother house. Now, one morning I'm running late for work, so I'm speeding. Nah. I'm coming off of work, and I need to get home to meet my ex so I can get my kids. Or something like that. It's like literally like the day before Father's Day, so I'm speeding anyway. So I get pulled over. I never forget. I got a 2014 Honda Accord. I'm riding, my window's tinted. So I'm riding and I see the cop. You know how you already speeding, but the cop, he's coming by you on a little 2-lane. He already got me. So I see him spin around. So I had some smoke on me. So I put that in my glove compartment. You know, if you pull your glove compartment down, you got the air filter. And I learned the cabin air filter. And I learned that spot because, like I told you, I worked at the car store as a technician for all those years. So I dipped that in there. He come up, you know what I mean? He asked for my license. I give him my license. He come back. Now, when he come back, I see another cop car pull up. He putting on his gloves. So he come up to my window. This time he just knocked and asked me to step out. I already know what it is. I already know I got warrants. Now, I got pulled over in the state where I live in Delaware, and it just so happened they never pulled up the warrants. So I'm in Maryland now. So they pull up my warrants. I had already been on the phone with one of my homeboys, like, yo, you gotta come get my car or whatever. They're gonna lock me up before the cop even talked about the warrants. So as he's coming back up to my window to tell me to step out, my homeboy is pulling up. And he like, oh, so you already know about the warrants. I'm like, warrants? He like, yeah, step back, put your hands on the car, you know what I mean, blase, blase. So they lock me up. Now I'm locked up. I'm locked up. That was like a Friday. I'm locked up Saturday, Sunday. Monday, I go see the judge. Now I got 2 warrants from getting it in with the girl, like I said, and then from the pow and the breaking in and stuff. So altogether, I'm facing like 8 years, and I done been on the run since 2011. It's now 2017. So I go for the little domestic dispute. They just let me out on just because it's been so long. So they just let me out. So I'm thinking they might just let me out, but they let me out from that county and they take me back to the county, and now the big warrant that I've been knowing, I've been facing all these years now, they want to come and get me right away. They don't want to let me out or extradite me. They come and get me within like 2 hours. Because these 2 counties are probably like 30 minutes, 15, 20 minutes apart. So they come get me. They take me to the county where I got the big warrants at, where I'm facing like 8 years. They take me in there. I never forget, they take me to court. I go to court and they give me a bond, because what it looks like to the judge is like that my PO just forgot about me. She ain't been looking for me. I ain't been in no trouble since. Nothing happened. Like I just slipped through the cracks. So he gives me like a $10,000 bail, but only a $1,000 cash. So I get a bail bond. My ex, she give me a bail bond, and I get out, and then I'm out, and I got court, you know what I mean, to get sentenced on that violation. So I got court in like a couple months. So I go back, I get my job back or whatever, and then I had been watching trucker Chasing Andrew Jackson, and he has said that if you stop looking for jobs by going on Craigslist, because back in the day when Craigslist was really jumping off, he said stop looking for jobs on Craigslist, and what you do is you post like a reverse post, right? So I had done that. He had said you put a reverse post, hey, blase, blase, my name is such, I'm this old, I got my CDL, I'm looking for a job, and for like the next week, was writing down, like when people say you can manifest stuff, I was literally writing down, I'm going to get a truck driving job. I'm going to get a truck driving job. I'm going to be a truck driver. I'm going to be a truck, just over and over and saying it. So I ended up going to court. When I went to court, my PO showed up, and she was on my side. She was telling the judge, like, he would have been a model probationer, or whatever they call you, a person on probation, if he would have just showed up. Now I'm spending it like I never been in trouble, so I didn't know I had to show up. I was just living life. I never got in trouble. I'm telling them I got all my awards from my job. I done got my truck and my CDL. I got a career. I'm spending it. I got character letters. I got all type of stuff. So the judge finds that my probation is completed unsuccessful, but he don't give me no more jail time. Now, when I tell you, when he said that, it literally broke me. Like I just leaned over the table. I was so relieved about it. So I just ended up leaning over the table and like relief, like, dang, like my life is my life, I got a second chance at life, bro. I had been on the run for 6 years. So I got out of that. Now I'm out scotch-free, no probation, no nothing. Not 2 weeks or a week or so later, a guy calls my phone, a number, Delaware number. I answer the phone. Hello? Hey, I'm such and such with they out of business now, so it don't matter, with Contrans Services. And I got a little company here in Wisconsin, and I saw your post on Craigslist, and I want to hire you. When are you available? I'm available now. I can come now. Well, I'll be in the office tomorrow. Okay, all right. I got to work, but I leave work early. So I go there, and I never forget, I had my hat backwards like I do now. So after the interview, they didn't talk to me. They didn't basically want to hire me or whatever. And he said, I'll hire you just one thing. Whenever you're in a professional setting, if you could just turn your hat forwards. So I'm green. I'm trying to get the job. I spin my hat around. You're like, okay, yeah, so we're going to hire you. Man, they gave me a brand new Cascadia. This 2017, they gave me a 2017 Cascadia, like an owner-op spec, wood grain, the big motor in it. It was a manual. And they literally threw me the keys. Like, I didn't do no, they didn't see if I could back. They didn't. And back then the rates were so good, I was making percentage. I was making like 25 or 28%. I think I started at 25 and then went to 28%. And man, my first check, I ran it up my first week. I made $10,000 to their truck. And I made whatever 25% is, like $2,000 something dollars. My first check was like $1,800. Bro, I had went from making $300-$400 checks to $1,800 1 week in 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, $1,800. And I never forget, I was up in New Hampshire. New Hampshire, upstate New York to New Hampshire, and they was doubling me back through, because they was based in Seaford, Delaware. They was doubling me back through, and I had to pick up a load at Kraft, or no, it wasn't Kraft. It was at it was at Kraft in Dover. I picked up a load in Kraft, and then they asked me, did I want them to deposit my check, or since I was close, that I want to come pick it up. And I said I want to come pick it up. And man, that check was so big. I mean, I went to Walmart and cashed my check. I bought a TV, PlayStation, decked out my truck. And like that moment changed my life. So like, no matter what you going through, I said all that to get back to my point was, the streets is gonna be the streets. Illegal things are always gonna be illegal. You only gonna go so far till somebody tell on you, till you tell on yourself, till you slip up, or until God just make it your time. So why not just do something that's legal? I'm not telling you become a truck driver. What I'm telling you to do is do whatever fits you. Go into HVAC, electrician, a plumber, a technician of some kind, fiber optics, you could become a truck dispatcher, like things that's thinking out of the box, not just getting a job at the local chicken plant where everybody else work, or at Amazon warehouse like everybody else. Like think outside the box, because you can get a stack of money, a bankroll doing anything. Like, it don't have to be illegal. And after I got my license and all my friends seen how I was living, now I can tell you about 8 of my friends, including my brother, 2 of my best friends, and like 5 or 6 of my other friends all drive trucks now. And the percentage I'm doing good. And the ones that I was trying to get, one has passed away. He gone. He got murdered 2020. Gone. Like, and then what he would always say was, yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna get my llama. I'm talking to him at the program. Nah, bro. Don't wait. Anything could happen. That last trip with that work that you got right now, that last trip could be your last trip. You might not never get a chance. Now you're going to be in jail or prison working for cents on the dollar, telling yourself, dang, I could be in the truck having freedom. Because what I realized when I became a truck driver, it's the same thing. It's the same thing I was doing hustling as I was doing in the truck. I'm taking somebody's work, the cargo, the freight, and I'm picking it up and I'm driving it safely and dropping it off and I'm getting paid. It's the same thing. Don't let these streets hypnotize you thinking that having a job ain't cool. It's super cool. Matter of fact, it's so cool that once you get the job and start making the money, you're going to outgrow all them people. You're going to start looking at them crazy like, bro, you stand on the corner all day to make $200-$300? Like, I can go drive to Florida, make a bag, chill in Florida, take my 34 reset, take my family or my girl with me, and we can go to Disneyland or Disney World or go to a little resort, or I can just come home and get me a Toro, me and my girl, a big body Benz, and take my girl to the beach, because where I'm from, we go to the beach. We go to the beach to relax and chill. And I can go, or you can get your own car and go and do all the things that you never thought you could do or you thought wasn't for you. Because when I got my CDL and started making money, I became a man in my head. Like, I no longer was a little boy. Like, my mom, my grandma, nobody's gonna be looking at me as a little boy no more. I refuse that, because now I'm a man. I can take care of myself. You're not gonna need that girl that you laying with to drive her car every day while she at work. I used to do that. You're not gonna need her no more. You're gonna have your own money to be able to get everything you need in your name. You're gonna be able to get your CDL and disappear. You're going to be able to disappear and go work for a company for a year and live in their truck. That's an apartment on wheels, bro. You can always come home for your 34 and chill with your homies. They always going to be there like they always been there. They always going to be there like they always been there. Nothing is going to change but your pockets and your mindset. Bro, hit the road now. If you ain't got a license, cool. You don't need a license. Go get your permit, go study, get the book, and call Swift, call all the bad companies everybody talk about, call them, because they're going to let you in. Just get in. Or go, like I said, if you got a little money where you can take care of yourself while you go to the college program, go do it, bro. It's going to change your life. It's going to change your life in a way that you never knew it could. You're going to have health care. You're going to have dental. You're going to have vision. You're going to be able to get yourself together. You're going to feel good. You're going to be able to dress like Jordans. Bro, you can buy every pair of Jordans in 1 week. You ain't got to go get paid $200-$300. You're going to go make $1,300 your first year, your second year. You're going to be making $100,000. I did this when I was 26, 16, 11, 12, 13, when I was 26, 27. So imagine if you do this now at 19, 18, 19, because you can get your CDL. You can't go interstate yet. If you're 18, if you're under 21, you can't go interstate, but you can drive a dump truck. You can drive a concrete truck. You can drive a trash truck. You can do all that. And you can make big money doing it. Don't let people tell you the trash man ain't making no money. He making money. You don't got to go to college, bro, because all you're going to do is spiral out. You can get your license now if you're 21, hop on somebody's truck, go train, hop on that truck and disappear, bro. You be in Cali chilling. You be in Cali chilling. You be down in Texas. You be up in Maine. You be in New York City. And you got the money to do anything you want. You can have your computer. You like to rap? Have your computer, have your truck set up like a studio. Every night you got to take 10+ hour break. Every week you got to take a 34-hour reset. You can have your rough copy studio in your truck and hop off. Google it, Google where studio at. Take your 34, book the studio all week. You like recording? You want to be a YouTuber? Become a YouTuber. You don't want to be a YouTuber? Pick up a camera and start doing photography. Your kids, bro. Your kids depending on you. You can change their life. Your son ain't got to ask you for shoes. You can get him every pair of new Jordans he could ever wish for, bro, with no problems. Your baby mom getting on your nerves, shut her up with that knot. That's not illegal. She can't call the cops when she get mad at you. She can't put you on Front Street when she get mad at you. She can't kick you out with your little trash bag every time she get mad with you, because now you got your own. And you can be in that truck using it as a crutch to save up for a year, 2 years, to where you come home with $50,000, $60,000 in your bank. What's she gonna tell you then? You can go up and get custody of your son. You miss your son, you miss your daughter, save up 50 racks, take her ass to court and go get custody of your kids. They can live with you. You can show the judge, here, I got my own place, I got a career, I got $50,000 in the bank. What she got? Your kids like you more anyway. So I'm telling you, bro, it can change your life, bro. That little knot you see of them dope boys or them street guys, don't let it confuse you. Don't let it misguide you. Don't let it hypnotize you. And with that said, I'm out. Bro, like, share, subscribe, and tap into my vlogs. I'm going to be cooking on the grill. I'm going to be cooking in the kitchen. And I'm going to be fishing on the kayak, on the john boat. However, just tap in with me, bro. And with that said, I'm out.